Good evening, Drew.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, brother. Man, I know that things are sort of starting to get back to normal, right? Now that people are starting to get
hmm
vaccinated and such, but I can't believe it is the end of April already.
I can't believe it's Thursday this week. So, I mean, geez.
It
Mm,
goes by so fast.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I was working at home even before the pandemic, but time did not move this fast. It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird time vortex thing.
Weird time vortex. I agree. You have like, I mean, like we barely do anything uh that's not like stay at home.
Sure.
And cuz that's what you're still supposed to do. But yeah, without any kind of like difference to the day, like it all just blends together. And you think that would make things go slower, but it's the opposite, man. It's just like it's yeah. Yeah, it's going to be May before. I mean, I think it's going to be May before this episode's released. So,
You are absolutely correct. Actually,
yeah.
that is an accurate thing.
Whew.
All right. I got my first vaccine juice.
Yay, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I really wanted to do this sooner because I know we talked about it on the podcast, and there's a lot of good resources. Thanks to my little hospital stay, I sort of had to push things back because they wanted to make sure
Mm,
that I was, as healthy as I could be to get this thing. And
right.
I'm Team Pfizer. I
Okay,
uh,
nice.
I went on that
Congratulations.
website that we linked, and it was pretty easy to find an appointment. In fact, I was really spoiled for choice. I went on there. I think it was Sunday night, and I was able to get an appointment for Tuesday.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was
Excellent.
super easy. Like I rolled into the Walgreens with all my paperwork already done, and I got my little card, and they sat me down, asked me all the questions again just to make sure. Roll up the sleeve, alcohol swab, and I didn't even like I'm not a fan of needles. I don't really know anybody who's like a huge fan of needles, but it was just like a needle in the arm, click, okay, you're done. Now, my arm got really sore. That was the only thing that happened
Yep.
with this first shot. Like it was like ridiculously sore. And I didn't help things by working out that night, but still, I my arm was sore for all of Tuesday and Wednesday. And this is Thursday, of course, and it's fine now, but it was pretty sore. I don't know if you had that experience or not.
Yeah, I had exactly the same experience. I had the Moderna or the Moderna, or whatever, the M1, not the Pfizer. Uh, but I had the same experience. After my first shot, my arm hurt. It felt like someone punched me really freaking hard in the
Yeah,
arm, like
yeah.
like someone way stronger than me
Well,
punched me in the arm, and it was sore for a good 24 hours, really. Yeah.
I mean, not that I know a lot about needles, but looking at it whenever she sort of had it sitting out and ready to go, like it wasn't a super large gauge needle. It didn't even appear to be that long. I mean, I know it goes right in the muscle, but still, it was painful, very painful. Now you're double dosed, right? You're done.
Yeah, I have both of my doses, and coming up this Monday it'll be 2 weeks from my second dose. So I'm
Time to party.
I'm time 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 to let everybody spit in my mouth. Yes.
Oh, sometimes the titles come quick
Oh.
in each other's mouth. Okay, that's
Yep.
a great title. That might be our best one yet. Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm due to go back mid-May. Um, yeah, I don't know. You didn't have any like crazy side effects or anything?
Not for the first one. The second one, I didn't feel great.
I heard it can knock you down.
Yeah, it felt like I had like a bad cold. Not quite
Mm.
the flu, but a bad cold minus all the snot and mucus. Just, body aches, a little bit of a fever, just tired. Uh I took the day after my second shot off from work so I could just lay around and be lazy and watch like videos on my iPad on the sofa. And that's what I did. And the day after that, I felt mostly okay. I mean, I felt like 80%, and then 2 days after, I was back to normal. So it was a small price to pay for, uh, you know, being vaccinated. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah. So, at this point, well, let's just lean into it. Hey, listeners, if you don't already have your appointments to get vaccinated, or you're already not vaccinated, you're banned. You're banned.
Yeah, go get that done.
Yeah.
I don't know what your experience has been, but I really haven't run across too many people that are sort of anti-vaccine, but I've run across more than one.
Yeah, we have some family that like grandparents, they're fine, but if you go a little past that, and it's a little rough. Not exactly pro science or pro. Well, I'll be blunt. Pro facts.
Got it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had I was really concerned that I was sort of on the fence about whether my dad was going to do it, and I had legit concerns about whether my mom was going to do it. And they both did it, and I think I have my brother to thank for that, because my brother's a pharmacist and he leaned on them hard to get it done. Right? Like, I kind of kindly suggested, but my brother was like, "No, you're doing this. Like, you have to do this." So he was able to sort of lay it out. And plus, I have a lot of other pharmacists in my family, so I think it was sort of a full court press from the medical side of my family to get everybody like, "Hey, go do this."
Yeah, I mean, they're safe. They've been fully tested. Even though it's a new type of vaccine, it's built on literal decades of research. This was just the first opportunity for them to go, "Hey, we can apply all this stuff as a vaccine." And like, if you look at the numbers of people, it was one of the widest vaccine studies in recent history. So yeah, it's safe. Go get it. Do the thing.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to getting my second dose. It sounds like there's going to be some updated like mask guidance stuff here pretty soon. Maybe we'll be able to not wear masks as much.
Yeah, they've already said that like you can be outside if you're vaccinated and outside, and not like in a concert setting, that it's fine. But I think as more and more people get vaccinated, that those guidelines will start to relax and will trend towards normal. Yeah.
I'm starting to see more and more people without masks. Like, I've been to a couple home improvement stores and some other places where people just aren't wearing masks anymore. And I've always been the person, like, if I go out to dinner, I will get out of my car and I will not put my mask on until I'm ready to go in the restaurant. Like, I don't walk around outside with my mask on. Some people do. I don't. And I don't know if that's a do or do not.
The way I've always viewed it, I've always like put the mask on in the car and then walked to the place and then not take it off till I'm back in the car. Mostly so I can get a good fit, and then like, when I get back to the car, I just kind of want to use some hand sanitizer before I take my mask off, because hot hands. And like, even though I'm still vaccinated, like, I'm still gonna wear my mask in situations, simply because like it normalizes it, right? Like it kind of says, hey, to everybody, it's okay to wear a mask, it's fine. Then again, I do live on the south side of Columbus, so I also see people with not wearing masks when they should be wearing masks. So yeah, and like, these people aren't vaccinated, they're just assholes. So
All right, well, I'm excited. I'm glad that the vaccine is pretty readily available, because I know in some parts of the world it isn't, and I'm pretty thankful that I was able to get it done. So more updates to come as I get closer to dose number 2. Because I want to make sure that we're ready to go for our big Euro trip later this year.
Exactly. Yep. Things are definitely looking up. So, though the vaccine rollout in Europe, in the UK in particular, has been a little not great, but I think there's still plenty of time. So
yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to.
Yep.
All right. So with that out of the way, looks like you got some follow-up for us this week.
I got some follow-up. Actually, there's been recent news in this first piece. So last week we talked about the new iPad Pro, which, I am an iPad Pro user. I use the 12.9 inch iPad Pro. I absolutely love it. I adore it. Uh, I kind of wish I had a cellular option, but not enough to really buy the new M1 powered iPad. Caveat, unless like Apple releases something totally bonkers at WWDC this June that makes me need one, then I will buy one. Uh, but there was this little, I don't know if you follow, I mean, I don't know if anybody in the world's like as like deep into the fanboyism of Apple and stuff, and like reads all the rumor sites and follows all the Twitter accounts and listens to all the podcasts. But there was this hubbub, right? So there's this wonderful peripheral for the iPad Pros called the Magic Keyboard. And you can imagine what it is, right? It's a kind of like a folio. Your iPad sticks to one side with magnets, and you open it up, and then there's a keyboard. And also featured on this thing is a little trackpad. And I'm here to tell you that if you're an iPad fan, having a trackpad absolutely transforms the device. It makes it absolutely spectacular. I highly recommend it. The trackpad support, the mouse and trackpad support built into iOS now is phenomenal. It's really, really, really good. But there is one little issue with this accessory. It's the price. So for the 11-inch iPad, it's $300, and for the 12.9, it's $350.
So before everybody jumps up and down, oh, Apple's so expensive. I mean, yes, it's a little expensive,
Yes.
but it's not. So it's the if I get this right, it is the Magic Keyboard, and it is a keyboard and also a stand, if I'm understanding it.
Yeah. It uses magnets, so like the
Magnets.
iPad kind of floats over top of the keyboard, so you get a nice viewing angle and enough clearance for your fingers and all that wonderful stuff. It's a absolutely fantastic device. There'll be links into the show notes, so you can look at the Apple stuff and look at all the pictures. It's phenomenal, right? I mean, yes, is it over engineered? Absolutely. Does that make it wonderful? You betcha. It's great. I love it. I like it more than my Apple Pencil. It is just phenomenal. So the new 12.9 inch iPad Pro has the new display technology, right? Basically it's a mini LED, right? So there's like 11 bajillion LED backlights on it. It's supposed to make the iPad just the HDR on the iPad, the high dynamic range, just absolutely phenomenal, right? It's supposed to like rival OLED screens. But because they put that new display technology in the 12.9 inch iPad Pro, it's a little bit thicker, like half a millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
So there was all these rumors like, oh, if you have an existing Magic Keyboard for the 12.9 inch iPad Pro, it will work with the new iPad, but like it won't close. Like the whole rumors was like it's not compatible. They redesigned the new iPad, the new Magic Keyboard for the iPad to be bigger, and because it really is like a super tight tolerance, and everybody was up in arms, and I think kind of rightfully so based on these rumors, because it's not cheap, right? If you're a big iPad user, like, and you love this keyboard, you're not going to want to give it up, right? So that turns your already like $1,200 iPad Pro into like a $1,600 iPad Pro, because you have to rebuy the keyboard. And like I was kind of upset by it, because I was like, well, I'm kind of on the fence of this thing, but I don't want to have to buy this peripheral again, because like I love it. Like I use it on the couch. I use it to edit this podcast. So like come Sunday, I'll be sitting with my iPad Pro and Magic Keyboard and editing this podcast like a fiend. Well, like literally hours before this show, like I had put this into the topics like last week, right? Literally hours before this show, Apple kind of came back with the truth, and I have a link to like a Mac Rumors article in the show notes, and the official Apple support document. And here's what they're going to say. Okay, the first generation of the Magic Keyboard is functionally compatible with the new iPad Pro 12.9-inch 5th generation with liquid Retina XDR display. Due to the slightly thicker dimensions of the new iPad Pro, it is possible that the Magic Keyboard may not precisely fit when closed, especially when screen protectors are applied. So I guess the answer is it does still work. So I guess
It's a solid maybe.
Yeah, it's a solid maybe. So I'm kind of curious to see, when the internet gets a hold of their new iPads. I'm not going to pre-ordering one. I'm kind of in the wait and see mode to see if it actually works. But I don't want to be that guy, but I mean, who puts a screen protector on an iPad? Ugh.
There's some people that just feel like these devices need screen protectors, and okay, do you? I'm not a screen protector person. I think I was a non-screen protector person long before I had my first iPhone, because I had a Sony Treo and I had other PDAs that I tried putting screen protectors on, and those early screen protector days were rough, buddy. Like it just
bad.
a lot of distortion.
Yeah, it looked like rainbows when you looked at it. It was real bad. Mm-hmm.
So that really put me off my beer in terms of using using screen protectors. And to this day, I really don't. I have a friend who literally every device that can have a screen protector has a screen protector, and that extends to iPads, iPhones, Nintendo Switch. I'm just like, first of all, where are you putting these things face down that it's going to get scratched? I understand dropping. Dropping's always a risk with any device, but I don't know. I only had my phone scratch bad really one time. We were at a mall. Remember those? And I had my phone and I held it in my hand and I dropped it and it landed face down on concrete.
Oh.
And I went to pick it up and I'm like, oh, the screen's going to be shattered. The screen was not shattered. But when I picked it up, I sort of scuffed it on the concrete, which led to some scuffs. That was literally the only time I've ever had it really get scratched.
Yeah, I've never had that bad of a scratch on any of my devices. I've, little nicks and stuff. My first Apple Watch, the second day I had it, I bumped it into a door frame. That took a pretty big nick out of it, but you still could only see it in certain lights, and it really didn't bother me at all. I just, I don't know. To me, people are going to say, you can get glass screen protectors now and you never notice. I notice.
I'm going to notice. I'm sorry. I'm gonna notice. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. So, I'm gonna be watching this story very intently as people get their new iPads and slap it into the old Magic Keyboard to see whether it's on the table. Because I'm gonna be honest, if Apple starts talking about the new iPad OS and it does just magical things on the new M1 on the iPad, I'll be pre-ordering one. I'll be ordering one during that keynote. I know it. I won't be able to help myself. But I don't want to have to spend another $350. That would suck.
Yeah.
I probably could sell it or give it to one of the kids or something, but still, it adds to the price.
Yep. Okay. Well, now, I'm sorry, and maybe you said this, I might have zoned out there for a minute, but if this is the case and it still works, are you going to get one?
We'll see. I really don't push my iPad that far, performance-wise. So, I have the 2018 model. It was the first model that, switched to this current industrial design and added, Face ID. And it's fine. It does everything I ask it to do. Absolutely fine. I do not push this thing. The only time I'm ever waiting for anything is when I'm doing the final render of our audio into its final MP3, and even then that takes an 2 tracks of audio and renders it down in 30 seconds. It's not I'm not waiting long. I just really wish I had a cellular iPad. That's the big upgrade for me. But if Apple says oh, the new M1 Mac, you can run and the new M1 iPads, you can run Mac apps or do weird multitasking stuff or just something like that. I'll be like, yes, yes, please. Because it always seems like, especially with the iPad, the hardware seems to be about 6 months ahead of the software. Like they always seemed like they announced this new, really crazy, powerful iPad, and everyone's like, "What? Why is it so? Why is it so fast?" And then they introduce new software features to kind of justify that use. And like this year, like it's super fast now. It's got the Thunderbolt port on it instead of the USB. Like, what are they going to do with that Thunderbolt port? Is there going to be better external display support besides just mirroring the iPad? So I'm going to wait and see. But if the new if the new iPad works with the old Magic keyboard, of course, because Apple released a new one that fits perfectly with the new one, right? Because of course they did. But if it works with the one I have, it's going to be one less barrier to dropping some cash on it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I would like to get one too. I like the fact that this has a trackpad. I've never used a mouse with my iPad before, so that sort of intrigues me a little bit because it's weird because I have this weird rule of sort of shaming people who touch their laptop screens because they have a touch laptop screen, but I feel like that's exactly what I would be doing because
I just yelled at my wife for touching my laptop, my laptop screen. Like, I will break your finger.
Well, it's one thing when the accidental hover becomes the touch, but it's one thing. It's another thing completely because a lot of laptops have touchscreens, and
yeah.
I don't get that. I don't know why anybody does that. I have a friend who sort of swears by it, like, oh yeah, I touch my laptop screen all the time, and I'm like, can you still see your screen because of all the gross human on it? Like that doesn't. There's not enough Screen Mom in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm constantly using my Screen Mom to clean off my devices, constantly, because I know they're touch screens, like the ones you're supposed to touch. If your laptop, or heck, if anything you're using that's computing, your monitor, your laptop, it's not a touch screen, don't touch it.
Right,
don't do it. Keep your fingers down. They belong on the keyboard, not up pointing at your screen. But if you do have touchscreen devices, clean them. I recommend Screen Mom.
Yeah, Screen Mom. We're big fans of Screen Mom here. Gotta put a link to Screen Mom in the show notes.
Yep, gotta put a link.
We're required by law to do that. Okay, well, let's keep our eyes on that. I see you also linked Mac Rumors in here. That's my go-to site. Do you have any other ones that you go to?
I like Mac Stories. That's Federico Viticci. He's a big iPad enthusiast and Mac enthusiast. I like sixcolors.com. That's a reference to the 6-color Apple logo.
Yeah,
that's really good. That's written by Jason Snell, I believe. He's also a big prolific podcaster. And I feel like there's more, but that's enough. Yeah. Mac Rumors, Mac Stories, 6 Colors. There you go. That's that's all the Mac you need. I probably follow more, but yeah. But I have a problem, so
all right. Let's keep this rolling. So you have one more piece of follow-up for us before I get to my update for the week.
Yeah, and this one should be relatively quick. Nah. I don't know. I should link to the old episode, but I'm too lazy to scroll down. In some prior episode, I talked about I purchased the new Lego set of the Space Shuttle Discovery, and I had my first experience ever of a piece coming out of the box that was partially broken, mostly really, really bent. I'm happy to report that after about 2 weeks of basically contacting support and letting them know what happened, I got my replacement piece. Me personally, I would have put it in a little bit more packaging than they did. It was really just in one of those kind of like soft padded envelopes. But it was fine. It came pristine. I finished the Space Shuttle Discovery, and it's absolutely fantastic. So,
yep. So what was the turnaround on it? Like, what was the actual turn? It's 2 week turnaround.
Well, okay, so I got it in about 2 weeks, but it may have been sitting in my mailbox for longer because, as you know, my mailbox is not at the end of my driveway like most people who own a house. It's down the street, and I don't check the mail except for maybe 1 or 2 times a week because I never leave my house. So they say like 7 to 10 business days, and that's probably spot on.
Okay. Cool. So overall, not a terrible experience. A little bit of a ball buster because you couldn't get it done sooner. But I understand.
Exactly. But if you like space stuff and you're looking for a really great Lego build, it's fantastic. It's probably my favorite Lego I've ever put together ever. It's just top notch all the way down. It's a great build. Apparently it's back ordered. But get it. It's good.
Yeah, I would love to spend money on that, but I'm in home buying mode. I'm trying not to spend money on anything right now. Not that I could buy a house if I wanted to. God, it's so frustrating. Man, I'll tell you, just quick story of heartbreak. So, wife and I, we've been on the hunt for a new house for about a month now, and we didn't pull the trigger on building just because the timelines are really not going to line up for us. And we're looking at houses that are sort of coming on the market. And man, there was one. It wasn't the first or even second round of houses we saw, but the third round of houses, man, I saw a house that I absolutely fell in love with.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't get it. Let's just skip to the end of that story. It was in Muirfield, older home, built in the 70s, actually older than the house I have now, but really, really well built home. Actual poured basement in a house that old, which was interesting, and it was a 5-level split level, and you could tell that the home was a little bit older, right? It just the design of it and everything, but the previous owners had done some serious renovation to it. Updated kitchen, updated bedrooms and walk-in closets, and updated bathroom. And it was beautiful backyard, beautiful older neighborhood. And we didn't get it. I mean, I went over asking by a considerable amount for me. I don't know what it ended up going for. And that one really broke my heart. And there's been some other homes that have come on the market that I sort of like. And I try not to get my hopes up too much because the real estate market is just absolutely nuts right now.
Yeah. And
we're going to go for another round of homes this weekend we're going to go look at. And we were really close to getting one last week where the house came on the market on a Thursday and I saw it on a Saturday. And I told my realtor, start getting this one ready. I want to bring my wife back to look at it because she wasn't able to go when I went. And she went and she liked it. And, at the time, she had reached out to the listing agent and there hadn't been any offers put on it yet, which we were like, well, that's weird. At first, we were like, wow, that's really good. And then we were like, well, wait a minute. Why isn't anybody putting offers on this?
Right.
But then, of course...
Is it a murder house?
It didn't, all the research we did, it didn't appear to be. But there was a murder house that we saw. A manslaughter house. Sorry, there's a difference.
There is a difference, yes.
But anyway, so sorry. So, of course, offers were due by 9 p.m. that night, and they got a bunch of offers. And they had an all-cash offer, and I don't see how anybody has just $500,000 laying around to just buy a house with cash.
That's impressive.
It is. It's not me.
Nope, not me either.
Yeah, and I know that I could waive a lot of things to make my offer more attractive, and I'm pretty much cut to the bone. Like everything but a home inspection, I've pretty much waived, right? And the rest are requirements for my loan, like appraisal and all that other stuff. And I don't think people want to deal with it. They're like, yeah, cash, great, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, close quick. Heck, if I had a cash offer,
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Because when it comes time to sell my house, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I don't fault anybody for playing in this market because they're doing exactly what they should do. Get top dollar, right?
Right.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's been really frustrating. It's been really frustrating because we want to get it. We want to get a new home. We really do.
Yeah. We built both times, so I have no idea what you're going through. And when we sold our last house, like we literally we had an offer like the day we put it on the market, and we were like, they were in contract by like the weekend, like 3 days later. Yeah, it went super super fast. So yeah, yeah. Oh, keep at it, Drew. You'll find it, or you'll die trying. I don't know.
Yeah, one of those two things.
Oh.
All right. So other topic for me this week. I wrote an Amazon review. It's not posted yet. I'm hoping that it will be posted by the time this review goes live, or this episode goes live. I'm actually refreshing the page right now, and now still the same number of ratings.
On what? On
a razor.
Oh, okay. For your head or your face, or both?
For my face.
Okay.
I have separate razors for my head and face. So my grooming regimen as now an official bald man is I have a head blade razor. I think I've linked it in show notes before. Go search. I don't care. And I have a facial razor. And even before I've decided to adopt this bald lifestyle, I've always liked safety razors over regular wire razors, and I'm not coordinated enough to use a straight razor.
Right, yeah. Who's got that kind of balls? Not me.
Yeah. Now, a while back, and again, I'm pretty sure I've linked this particular purchase, but this is according to the SEO magic, Vikings blade, all caps, the Emperor Meiji adjustable safety razor. Now, Paul, if you go to that link I just put in show notes, give me instant reaction to what you're looking at here.
This razor would look right at home in someone's everyday carry tactical.
Right.
What they put on their belt and their pockets.
Yep.
It has the kind of texture and grip that you would expect from a solid, expensive flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it looks beautiful. I'm not sure, it's black, of course. Very, very minimalist. Yep. The razor goes on top, and it has it's kind of like this brushed gold where the razor goes, and there's this brushed gold dial that I'm guessing changes the angle.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is the big red band at the bottom. That does not fit, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting design choice, but
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely right. So, okay. So before I move on, anything else you notice about this?
Anything else I notice? I mean, it's not cheap for a razor.
Yeah, it's $60.
$60 But if it's something you're going to use every day or almost every day, I'm literally surrounded by Apple devices. I can't complain about the price of anything. So
okay. So my previous safety razor that I had was nasty, because if you've ever used a safety razor, the thing about it is the area sort of where the blade goes, hair and shave oil or shaving cream or oxidization of your razor blade, like all that stuff just builds up over time. And you can clean it, get an old toothbrush and some rubbing alcohol and hydrogen peroxide or whatever, and you can clean that thing out, okay? But the one I had for years. It was, it served me well. And this was back in October of last year. Let me just say that up front too. So I bought this back in October of last year, and it's a pretty nice safety razor. And a couple things, right? You called out all the major sort of design pieces about this. I encourage you to go look at this in the show notes. But yeah, this thing is chonky. There really is no other way to say it. It is about a half a pound.
Wow, that's heavier than I expected it to be.
It's very heavy. It is very heavy, and it has that heft actually is kind of a nice thing to have. Just because it kind of makes every stroke of your face a little intentional. And I know that sounds weird, but it's a really nice razor, and the handle is knurled and textured, as you called out. And the thing that I found really interesting about this particular listing was it has these what are they calling them in the marketing here? Uh, what is this? It's multiple aggression micro settings, which I have the same.
Wow,
Right? Yeah,
that's intense.
yeah. So, and I actually have the razor right here with me, and that
Oh,
little gold dial. What that does is that let me just get it. Mine's broken, hence the review writing. But
oh
we'll get to, we'll,
no,
we'll,
oh
we'll, we'll,
no.
we'll we'll get to that later. But that dial sort of raises and lowers the blade position on the head of the razor, so you can get a closer shave or a less closer shave or a different shave angle, depending on the settings that you use that for. Okay. All right. So I saw this and I'm like, all right, $60. I want a razor that's gonna last. Safety razors are kind of my jam. I got a lot of razor blades that'll fit this thing. It just takes a regular double sided blade. I'm gonna go ahead and order this, and it came in a great box. It was well packaged. As soon as I picked it up, I noticed that it seemed to be pretty especially well made. It's a zinc alloy and it's brass. Like it's a nice razor. And like I said, it served me very well for 8 months exactly.
Oh
Um,
no.
now, here's the thing, Paul. Here's the
Hmm.
thing. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
when a razor is this heavy and you have it in an environment where there's water and you are using it in an environment at face level, like your shower, because I'm a shower shaver. I don't know if you know that about me.
I did know that about you, in fact.
Yeah, I am a shower shaver. That's where I do my shaving. I dropped this thing in the shower,
Okay.
and this thing immediately went head down because it is like it's kind of like dropping something that's very top heavy. Like that heavy part is gonna make its way uh, to wherever the direction of the fall is. And as I dropped it, I didn't try to catch it. I just got my feet out of the way because this thing
Right.
was plummeting at the acceleration of gravity towards the bottom of my shower. And it landed headfirst on the bottom of my shower. And I don't have a towel shower. I just have I have one of those base tubs that are like I don't know. I think technically it's like some kind of plastic or something. Fiberglass probably. That's probably
Yeah,
the right answer.
probably fiberglass. Yeah. Yeah.
So it
Sounds
hit
right.
that, and it had enough force that it bounced. I didn't notice any defects on the bottom of my shower basin, and I didn't notice any problems with the razor when I picked it up. It was all still in one piece because, of course, it would be. This thing is built like a tank. So I picked it up and I started shaving again. It took a couple strokes and something didn't feel right. And the thing not feeling right is I wasn't shaving anymore. I was grating cheese on my face
Oh.
because the razor wasn't adjusted anymore, and it was literally carving my face. So what happened was, and I have a picture of this, and I'll share it with you on Skype. How do I? Can I? Nope, that's not what I want to do. Chat. Can I share a picture? Oh yeah, there we go.
Sure you can.
Yeah, so there's the picture, and feel free to use that for show art if you want. But you can see that it is no longer straight.
No, it helps if I actually click on it instead of just clicking beside it. Oh, that's bent. That's hella bent.
Yeah, it's hella bent. And I've done everything in my power to sort of unbend it, and it's not happening, man. Like if
Oh
unless
no.
unless I have my microaggression turned all the way down, which if you know me at all, is not a thing. But whenever that thing is anywhere but at its lowest setting, it is immediately sort of cockeyed and not straight, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I tried to keep shaving with it. It's really hard. Like you have to be very mindful of your shave, and if you're doing that early in the morning or late at night when you're really tired, it's just not working. And I was sort of shocked by this because I thought something this well built wouldn't be as susceptible to this. And I have sort of explored the mechanics of this, and near as I can tell, the adjustable microaggression settings sort of adjust this. It's really hard to explain, but where the blade sits and the hinges of the safety opening where you put the blade can be elevated by that knob, And when it dropped, something got off kilter in there that it does not elevate both sides of this evenly. And try as I might, I have not been able to fix that. I have noticed that it is sort of held in place by this like clip, and I've tried adjusting the clip and it doesn't work. I've tried taking the little doors off of there and putting them back on. I've sort of done all the self troubleshooting I can do for this razor. There's literally nothing else I can do, and I'm pissed. Like I'm a little bit upset about it because it was $60, man, and I can't return this thing now. It's just not a thing, right? So I just wanted to share my experience with the Amazon reviewers, because as you can see, this thing has 556 ratings and it's 4.5 stars. Like, you would think that this is something that's good. And when you look at the ratings, 80% of them are 5-star, 13% of them are 4-star. There's only a few 1-star review. And a lot of the reviews, by the way, a lot of the 1-star reviews call out the fact that the blades in it can become bowed.
Yeah, I read that. Yep.
And they in the product description, it actually tells you, like, hey, here's how you not have that happen. There is literally one review in the 1-star reviews that has the same problem I have. That was the only other user that had this same problem. And it wasn't clear to me how theirs happened, if it came that way or if they dropped it. So I give to you my review submitted for your feedback.
All right. I can't wait.
Headline: Great razor, ... till you drop it. Review content: There's really no other way to put this. This razor has some serious chunk to it. And normally, that's a good thing! ! Who doesn't love a little heft? As Boris the Blade always says, weight is a sign of reliability. That's a Snatch reference, the movie with Brad Pitt. Anyway, that part's not in the review. Somebody's going to get that joke.
I got it.
Okay. And for almost 8 months, my face was privy to one of the finest safety razor experiences around. A proud shower shaver, I'd unholster this puppy from its little throne on the shelf in my shower, wipe the no-fog mirror, and put in the work, all caps. The handle is really the best part of this bad boy. Knurled, textured, and made of metal. There's no mistaking that you're in control of almost a half pound of zinc alloy, and bronze. With a fresh blade in there, you're going to love your shave. And for exactly 8 months, I did too. That's where this review takes a turn, gentle readers. You see, being so heavy, our planet's natural gravitational pull is the only natural predator this razor has. When dropped from, say, face height to a hard surface, your floor, or shower floor in my case, will do battle with this mighty razor. And you'd think that being advertised as so well engineered, styled, and manufactured, it would surely best the floor, cratering all known materials and then burrowing itself into its prey until you, its rightful owner, would wrest it from its wreckage to resume your shave. But alas, it is not to be. For you see, this razor, once dropped, can be easily ruined. I dropped my razor a couple weeks ago, and at first, everything seemed okay. However, one shave later, and the damage was apparent not just with the razor itself, but my precious face. The carriage that folds open no longer sits level with the head of this razor, resulting in a tilted blade, see picture, which, when applied to your face, has less the effect of a smooth shave and more the effect of grating cheese, cleaving chunks of face from your body, leaving deep cuts that trace crimson lines in your shower. In parentheses, I'm okay, thanks for asking. You'll recoil in horror at your self-inflicted wounds, and if you're not careful, wind up with stitches. Therefore, if you're in the market for a nice sturdy razor that you'll take every care in the world that you'll take every care in the world to use at heights that will not cause this jostling to happen, then this may be the razor for you. Otherwise, save yourself some money and get something a little cheaper for when accidents can and will happen. What do you think?
That's a terrific review. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. I feel like I went on the journey with you, the hero's journey, even of I'm not gonna lie. The whole talk of the crimson kind of made my butt do that pucker thing.
Oh, I cut myself something fierce, buddy. It wasn't good. I'm gonna be real curious when this review gets published. I'm gonna keep my eye on this page, and if it gets published by the time that this podcast goes live, we'll make sure it gets in the show notes so you can review it, so you can read it yourself.
Oh, that's quite the journey you took with that razor.
Yeah, and I actually just went to Target, bought a $10 whatever safety razor that is probably not real metal, but it works. And I already dropped it, and it's fine.
It's fine.
It survived my drop test, like the Consumer Reports of my shower. Like it's totally fine. But I'm sure once I get tired of that, I'll sort of go diving in here again. So let me see if there's anything new in here that I don't know. Safety razor. Let's just do an Amazon search for that. The Gillette Heritage Double Edge Shaving Kit for Men. King C Gillette. Did someone just like ape the Gillette brand? King C Gillette Double Edge Safety Razor, chrome plated. It's $7. Hold on a second.
That's a value. How dare you?
What kind of razor do you have at Gillette? A King C Gillette. Hold on, this is going in the show notes. Hang on a second. How is this even legal?
All right. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's look at this here.
King C Gillette. It's $7.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Boston, established 1901.
They have a whole. What else is on the King C Gillette store?
Oh, there's a King C Gillette store.
They have a whole line of products. You can get beard care, face wash, beard balm. This King C Gillette has everything you need. I mean, I'm beginning to believe that the Gillette brand that you and I know from, grocery stores around the world is ripping off this man right here.
Yeah.
This is the legitimate guy.
Yeah, this one was first, right?
It has to be, right? It looks old-timey. It says established 1901. That's
older than me.
Ago. Yeah.
Yeah, now this Viking Blades company still shows up in here.
Yep. Oh, they even sell a cordless men's beard trimmer with 3 interchangeable combs. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Double edge safety razor with long natural bamboo handle, $17. That's going in the show notes because I wanna have that for later. Yeah, this King C Gillette store is something else, man. Like, how do you just take the Gillette brand?
I don't know. I mean, I almost want to Google it.
Okay, hold on a second. Breaking news. Hide and Drink leather double edge protector case, barber razor sheath, safety cover, travel and commuter essentials, portable carry bag, vintage, handmaids, includes 101-year warranty. Hide and Drink. Okay. Visit the Hide and Drink store.
Okay. Boston, May 26, 2020. Today, Gillette, New York Stock Exchange, PG, so I think what Procter & Gamble, is announcing the launch of King C Gillette, a new brand offering the complete range of tools and products any man needs to perfect his facial hairstyle and grooming regimen at home. Inspired by more than 115 years of innovation and grooming experience, the line gives a nod to the company's heritage by bearing the name of the founder, King Camp Gillette, with products that meet the grooming needs of today's man.
Okay, hold on. Wait. King Camp Gillette.
So it's the same. It's basically a fancy brand. It's like Bud Select. Right? It's the same crappy Gillette brand, but with a fancier box and slightly better products.
So King Camp Gillette was an American businessman. He invented a best-selling version of the safety razor. So King C Gillette is the guy.
Yes.
But is this Procter and Gamble, who I think owns the Gillette brand, also owns this? Okay, so it's the same company.
It's the same company. Mm-hmm.
Mystery solved.
The long national mystery is over.
Safety razor, premium double-edged safety razors for men's shaving, 3-piece single blade razor. Yeah, a lot of these are the same razor. Like, it's one of those things where somebody in China manufactures this and they buy them and rebrand them.
See, I'm a little concerned about this. This is what bothers me, Drew. List price $29.99, but on Amazon you can get it for $6.48.
Right. That's what tipped me off. I'm like, there's no way this is legit.
Yeah.
Now,
apparently you can also buy them at Walgreens. There you go.
Yeah. Now I am seeing some brands on here that I do sort of recognize as high end, and here's one. This Merkur. This is a brand that I've seen before. Now that one is on the definite higher end of these razors.
Ooh, very. It looks like Johnny Ive designed this razor.
Merkur Future with no E, brushed chrome safety razor.
Yes,
that's a nice looking razor.
And you know what? I mean, maybe hold on. Let me reload to make sure that it's so. You know what I find so particularly interesting about this Amazon listing?
What's that?
There is no description. There's like no wall of text under the title telling you about it. It's just like, yeah, we're the Merkur Razor Adjustable Future Brush Chrome Safety Razor, and if you don't like it, tough shit.
Well, there is a huge product description underneath there.
Okay, there is. You have to.
Yeah, snap cap design makes loading blades simple, adjustable head, yada yada yada. Merkur adjustable touch, 50 blah 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 blah. Do not apply pressure. Instead, let the weight of the razor do the work while shaving. Shave in the direction your hair grows, also known as with the grain. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through some of these other ones. There's a couple bamboo ones in here. No, okay, so Yin Tao. Oh, this one's got a really nice little stand. This will look good in my shower. Oh, and a little cleaning. Cleaning boy. Cleaning boy with it.
You have to buy something else, right? So that's not. I don't think that's what you're looking at here. But they sell kits. Yeah, they sell.
Oh, wait a second. No.
Okay.
Iasi long-handled double-edged safety razors for men, women, wet shaving kit +1, stand +1, shaver cleaning brush +10, stainless steel double-edged safety razor blades +1, delicate box.
There you go. This is what you need then.
Why is there a picture of a man's junk in this listing? Do you see that?
Hold on, I'm scrolling down.
It's like beard, chest, junk. I would never use a safety razor on my junk hair. No effing way.
that seems you have to be pretty confident for that. Yes.
No, we clipper that, son. We don't get a razor down there. I don't want anything sharp down there.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Get us out of here. Get us out of here, Paul. We got.
Yeah. We're done.
Eject. We're done.
Yeah, you can find us on the internet at doingtheirbest.com. You know what? And while I'm at it, give us a like, give us a review. If whatever your podcast app, if it's got a star, push the star because you love this podcast. You can find us on Twitter at doingbestpod. You can find me there at Paul Baylor. And where can we find you, Drew?
I'm over on Twitter at Pittfurg, Pittfurg, complaining about Java these days.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for living. Damn it. Thanks for listening.
You almost had it, Paul. All right. Do it over. We're doing it. Start over. Whole podcast again.
Are you ready to start?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
We did it.
We're good at this.